talking to her as well.
We had word that they had 2 people in custody, but they did not say that they were suspects. And as you're watching this woman and her little baby climb in the car there with the FBI, of course that was earlier today, you don't know exactly what that means. But we can check in now with Alexandra Fields. She's been on the scene there all morning long and all day long. And so, Alex, as we send it over to you, we just saw the tow trucks arrive on scene. So can you see them from your vantage point? Are they just down the street?
Yep, just going to turn my head here a little bit if you don't mind. Where you're seeing those tow trucks, that's actually the intersection, it looks like, of Cambridge and Norfolk. Again, as we've been telling you all morning, Norfolk Street, that's the street where the home of the suspect is. That's the area that investigators have been focusing on all day. We had told you earlier that agents had searched 2 cars, an SUV and perhaps a sedan, and now it seems that the tow trucks are in here. There was also a moment earlier this afternoon, actually, when another tow truck came through, and that hauled off a small red sedan. That perked a lot of interest among members of the media as we stood out here and watched it. It was a little bit strange, though, because that car was not attended by any federal investigators or any state or local police, and turns out now we're hearing that that was just a car that seemed to be in the way. So that was taken out of here. The 2 cars of interest, which were parked on Norfolk Street, near or in front of the home believed to be that of the suspect, were searched and appear to be at least on their way out of here now. Once again, the evidence team has moved in. Large evidence team. A lot of members of the FBI have been gathering here all morning. We've got some investigators in forensic suits. Those are those white suits. You've seen them heading towards the house. Frankly, they've become a very familiar sight throughout Boston all week. Those are the men that we have seen who have been combing the rooftops and the sidewalks and the streets near where those bombs went off near the marathon finish line to try and collect and gather any evidence they can find. This is critical to the investigation. Now that the scene seems to be safe and secure, this is the point that those investigators can go in, they can collect the evidence. This is their shot to do it. They've got to look for what they're looking for. They've got to get it out of here. We saw some of them go in there with boxes and bags. They don't want to overlook anything at this point. They could be looking at some critical clues. But again, I should reiterate that 2 law enforcement sources on the scene have told us that nothing was found inside the houses or the cars, and we are again reading that to mean nothing dangerous. We presume that it will take some time to figure out what kind of intelligence and evidence could be gathered from the scene.